Hello, everybody. Hi. I didn't bother doing an intro because I don't want to waste my precious Wi Fi signal on broadcasting an intro. So, if you can see behind me, I'm in the Mackay Mansion and I'll just bring up our beautiful Crow. Now, Crow's not feeling well tonight, so I've told him to step out if he doesn't feel very well, but he's here. So, everyone give him kisses. Here he is. There's
Hello.
Crow.
Hello.
Oh. Hey, Cobalt Dragon. So I've said hello to everybody in the chat while I was waiting to come live. Now, it's not going to be one of my usual you can't get me to say goodbye lives, because everybody knows when you tether to your phone to use your Wi-Fi, if you've got limited data, it costs a fortune. And of course, I don't have limited data in Australia, but here I do. So I've just got to be careful. Hello, Eileen. Hello, Eileen. Eileen is actually from Virginia City, and she's going to pop in a little while and say hello and keep me company for a while. So far, though, everything's good. Just for entertainment purposes only. I can't. Hang on. Where am I? So the I'm trying to point with my finger. That's the vault, the famous vault, and I put a little motion detector and my teddy bear, but I don't think you can see very well. But anyway, they're there. So if you see any lights flicker behind me, let me know. Hey, Grumpy Bear. Hey, Fairy Dragon. Oh gosh, Joseph. Hello. So yeah, so tonight I'm here, and I know the stories about the Mackay. Does anyone want me to clear up for you what I've managed to research from the actual owner of the Mackay in regard to the little lost souls that are here? If anybody wants me to, just say yes, Karen. Tell us a story. But yeah, so I'm going to. My plan is I'm allowed to sleep in Mr. Mackey's room, so that's where I'll sleep tonight, and I'll just run a recorder or something like that. What do you reckon, Crow?
Yeah, whatever you got, run it for sure.
Yeah, I'll just run that until the batteries run out. I'll keep my phone by me. If I get woken up by anything, I'll grab it and see what there is. Um, but yeah, so I'm already yawning. But yeah, that's my plan. So I'm going to, just walk around the house. I'm not necessarily going to walk around in the dark. I know everybody loves to investigate in the dark, but these stairs, as Cassie will attest, because Cassie knows what the stairs here are like, and I'm not quite sure if anybody else in the chat's been here, but yeah, the steps are really steep and little for tiny feet. I'm not going to break my neck for anybody, so I'm going to put the lights on up there, but not too much, I'll still, but I don't have a night vision camera or anything fancy schmancy like that. So for me, I'd much rather see. So I'll just put a lamp on or something. Besides, I really don't think spirits will care if it's night or day. I mean, if they're around, they're going to annoy me anyway, right?
You could get the Spirit Talker app or the Necrophonic app.
Well, I could, but I've got my
I'm just
spirit.
I'm playing. I'm playing.
Yeah,
I'm playing.
I know, but I don't like those. But the only gadget kind of thing I've got, well, the motion detector I got last weekend there was a ComCon 6 or something. I think that's what it's called, ComCon 6. And so that's where, Aaron Sager, is that Aaron Sager and Shane. I'm dreadful with names, but anyway, Aaron and Shane were there, and there was a man who makes their tech, and he had these. I don't want to touch it because it'll just go off, but they look like little spaceships, but it's a motion detector, so when it goes off, it makes the noise of a spaceship. I only got it really because it does that. But I've got it turned on. It's in the vault, so should anything happen in regard to the vault, there you go. We need in the chat. We actually need just like just say hi and that's it. Hi. Everybody just says hi. It's like the Waltons, isn't it? Everyone's got to say hello to everyone.
Yeah.
But that's all right. They enjoy it, don't you, everybody? Hi, Tasha, Ricky. If I've missed anyone, just say something and I'll say hey again. I'm a little bit tired today. And,
You have cold?
Yeah, I think I have. But you know what it is? I think too it's a change in I'm not used to such cold weather and it's quite cold here. So I actually think it's that. Like I don't feel sick, but my nose is all weird. So I think it's just I don't get it when I come here in the warmer months. So it must be a winter thing. And I keep everything I touch, I keep getting static electricity shocks. It's really weird. If I touch anything metal, I go, ooh. And I think it's just to do with the atmosphere. Either that or maybe tonight I'll self-combust, you call it. I'll combust.
It's all the energy you have.
Oh, I don't know. But yeah, I think so. But yeah, so I'm here and I've spoken to the owner of the Mackay Mansion. I wanted to clarify a few things. So I've been here before with Cassie and everything. Now it's not to say I'm not putting a Debbie Downer on everything, but
here we go.
The owner told me. I know there's the story of the two robbers that were shot dead in this room, but apparently, according to the owner, it didn't go down like that. There were two guards here, so two guards, not one, and the two robbers. Now, I've still got to verify, even though it's the owner who's told me, I still want to verify it. And he's owned this place now for 30 years, and he's very much a Mackay Mansion buff because he owns it. But he said what happened was the robbers did come in. They shot the guards. So to his knowledge, it was the two guards that were killed. The robbers got away with some silver out of the vault, but they didn't get too far. They were caught and they were later hung for the murders.
Damn.
Now, so that's what the owner tells me. And I know that goes against the stories that everyone else tells, but also it's been very hard for me to track it down in black and white, like in newspapers and whatnot. So I do have a friend of mine that I'm going to ask for assistance with that, with in regard to whatever town records might be able to be accessed. As for the little girl Emma, apparently no children have died in this house. He said little Emma was not John Mackey's daughter, it was Mrs. Mackey's daughter, and little Emma died before Mr. Mackey married Mrs. Mackey because she was a widow. So he said he's aware that there was a death in the house, but just someone dying of, and he gave me the name, but I want to research that first because I'm not sure. You know what I'm like. I want to make sure what I'm doing is correct. But he said that's not to say there's nothing here because his argument was, why does a ghost have to just haunt where they died? Maybe they just come to visit. So it'll be interesting to see what I can work out.
Is that all the deaths? Is that all the deaths? The death?
Yep.
Sorry, that were supposed to be there?
Yep.
What about Mr. Mackey and Miss Mackey?
Mrs. Mackey never. Well, she moved out of here. I guess you'd call it separated, but back in the day they were still married. She went to live in France. She didn't die here. She barely lived here. They got this mansion. They purchased this mansion from, not Rockefeller. Yeah, Rockefeller. I'm sure it was Rockefeller built it and then sold it to Mackey. Mackey lived here. He married Mrs. Mackey, but she hated the house. She hated Virginia City. But I guess she was a good little wife up until a point till she realised how rich her husband was. I don't know. But she went to live in France, so she never came back here. Mr. Mackey died in, I want to say, but I'll have to look it up, I want to say he died in New York, but it could have been San Francisco, but for whatever reason, I'm thinking New York. Because Mr. Mackay, of course, was hardly here either because he travelled the world.
What year was that place built? I forgot.
Now you're asking me. 1886, I think. 1886.
I mean, you would think there'd be somebody. You would think there'd be somebody that died in that house after 140 years.
Yeah, well, there's, as I say, there's the death of one person that Mr. Mackay, that the owner of the house knows of, but I want to research that person. Howard was his first name. So he did die here, but I want to know why or how. So yes, he did. No children died here, according to the owner. And again, I've researched the Mackay Mansion and I've tried to research it for deaths, etc., etc. And it's really like there's really not much. I know there's history people that have written it down. That's else, like, you know, even the town has parts, has places you can read about the history of the Mackay Mansion itself. But so far as the deaths, it's all kind of seems to me kind of like rumor. I asked about the lady who fell down the stairs and broke her neck, and the owner said that he actually doesn't know anything about that, so he doesn't know if that's true or not. And that's what I've been trying to find out, who that was. When did she? Was it when Mr. Mackay owned it, or was it when the Rockefellers owned it? So it's a deep dive that I'm going to do into the Mackay, and it's been really hard to do it from here because I've been so busy. I mean, I've researched the Mackay, but it gets to a point where you just can't. There's nowhere else to dig for the death research, like for the deaths of people, because everything is honestly, it's a story. It's all stories.
Will you be calling out to Howard tonight? Like, I would maybe use his name a lot.
Yeah, I'll just say, I think tonight when I go upstairs, I'll ask if there is a Howard here, and see if anything comes of that. I'll probably leave a recorder running. Yeah. Hang on. Suzanne, sorry, I better have a look at my comments because I'm terrible. My cousin and I met you at the Silver Queen last week. We went to yes, hello. We went to the Mackay Mansion and Washoe Club, EVPs and loud bangs at Washoe, just checking in, hope you get lots of ghostly activity. Hello, Suzanne. Yeah, I met them and the Silver Queen, so I know who they are. Thanks for dropping by. Stormy night. I'm staying the night here at the Mackay Mansion, but I'm in Virginia City for another 2 weeks. So yeah, but and I think they'll get pretty annoyed if people drop past and pop in, given that I'm the only one that's supposed to be here. Hey, Maisie. Hello. So yeah, so it's kind of like, I don't know, I'm just going to eat some turkey, guys. I'm hungry. Feel free to talk, Crow, while I've got a mouthful of food. But yeah, and there's a few other people that lived here, didn't die here, but could possibly come back. I mean, I don't know about Mr. Mackay, because Mr. Mackay had houses in France and London, New York, San Francisco, and he wasn't here all the time either. That's why I think it was John, a friend of his partner, that used to look after the house while he wasn't here. And a lot of the artifacts in the house aren't original anymore. They were unfortunately sold, but all the artifacts that are in here now from different antique stores and things like that, even Mr. Mackay's bed. So I don't know. Is there anything that anybody would like me to do while I'm here that I'm obviously not thinking of because I'm hungry and want coffee? But yeah, I'm just hoping that maybe through knowing the truth about these places and just taking it easy, all I'm really going to do tonight is walk around, talk, introduce myself, leave some equipment around, see if it goes off. do an EVP session. I might sing Crow, since that got me such a good result at the what was it, the Waverley Hills Sanatorium. I'll sing and see if
Definitely.
someone sings the, yeah. And I've got my headphones, so that's why my friend Eileen's calling in. She's going to assist me with a sensory dep. And then, then I'll be left to my own devices. So I'll, there's a heater. It's really cold here tonight.
Is she coming there? Is she coming there in person?
Yeah, in person.
That's
she
cool.
lives in town. Yeah, she lives
Awesome.
in town. I haven't got my mug, but the Roasting House, people, if you're ever in Virginia City, the Roasting House is my most favourite place to go for coffee. Scones, which are not like my scones. I've worked out, actually, Crow, my scones in Australia, England, etc., are your what do you call it? Biscuits. Yeah, it's the same, basically the same recipe.
There's one different. There's one different ingredient. There's one ingredient that makes them different. I forgot what it was.
Well, if I make a scone at home, I get my self-raising flour. So you do flour and bicarb, but I just do the self-raising flour that's already got it in it. So self-raising flour, butter, touch of salt, but you don't want them. It's just to help it cook. And then mix it through, and then milk, and then make it a dough, and that's it. So I think you guys use buttermilk, I think. Whereas I use moo cow milk, moo.
Somebody look it up. There was one ingredient that differed on there's a main ingredient that differs for scones and biscuits, but they're very, very close together.
It's just about the same. Cheryl says to ask the ghosties if they like my accent. Enzo was listening to something I did once, and he swears that when I was talking, voices came through the thing that I didn't hear that said something about foreigner, and I thought I would sound like a foreigner. They'd probably think I was a pom. I don't know. Hey, Sharon. It's really good here. I love it here. I really do. Oh God, my phone keeps going beep, 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 beep. Sorry, guys. I should have put it on silent. So that's my plan. So I'm going to eat because I'm hungry. Then I'm going to probably walk around the house, just talk a little bit, get the feel for it again. I remember where everything is, so it's all good. Nothing much has changed since I've been here. But when Cassie was here with me last year when we did our group thing, we actually got like a spirit box. Was it, Cassie, you're there? It was a spirit box, wasn't it? Where we said something about the music box and it went Emma. So that's interesting. But however, Emma didn't die in this house. Emma was a person, but she didn't die here. She died before this. And she's not even buried, like she didn't even die in Virginia City. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not quite sure why Emma would be here. And Mrs. Mackay, I wouldn't think's here at all because she hated this place when she was alive. So I can't imagine why she'd haunt it. But yeah, we'll see. We'll try and see what I can find out. So far as the situation with this room, because if just obviously here is the vault. Hang on, where are I? There. I'm trying to point properly. That's the vault. So up here somewhere is a bullet hole, so they say, from the shootout. But we'll see. I'll do a sensory deprivation or whatever you want to call it down here and see what happens. But just quiet times, just walk around, talk, let them know I'm here. I'll probably go to sleep reasonably early and see what happens, see if they like it better when I'm asleep. They might run around and annoy me. But right. Yeah, so I think I'll sleep in Mr. Mackey's room because I think that's where Johnny Depp slept, Mr. Mackey or Mrs. Mackey's bed. I can't remember whose room. I would think he would have been in Mr. Mackey's. It's the biggest room. I'm going to stay here, Suzanne, by myself. Eileen's coming soon, and she's just going to help me with a couple of little things. She's got children, so she has to go home. But I'm happy to stay here by myself. I think it's relaxing. I'm not frightened. And then when I'm at the washo on Friday, I'm pretty sure I'm okay to do it. I'm going to take Taylor Hamby. She's my friend. She's got a lovely dog I'm in love with. So I'm going to take Leica, the dog, with me, and she can sleep over with me at the washo. So far as the washo is concerned and going to sleep, again, I want to stay where it's warm. So I might sleep down near the crypt in the washo, in the museum bit. I was going to sleep in the ballroom, but I think it'll be too cold. We'll see. But we'll see what happens, see if I get any noises there. But you see, people here say on the third, me, I still am skeptical. People say, oh, you hear banging and all sorts. And I'm just thinking to myself, could be raccoons. So the other thing I'm going to do is take some fruit bowls, like little fruit plates of fruit, and put them up on the third floor and just leave them there and see if in the morning they're like if any critters have eaten the fruit, because I still reckon it's probably a raccoon running around in the roof, because Virginia City's full of raccoons. So I'm just saying, the skeptic in me wants to prove something that's probably unprovable, but I don't want to jump at every little noise I hear, because there are a lot of critters in town. There's raccoons,
Also,
there's pigeons.
There was a team that was there. I won't say their name, but there was huge bangs in that house. I'm talking about like not just like somebody hitting a wall. It sounded like a freaking like something smacking against the house, very loud, and over again. And it wasn't storming or anything like that. And that was very weird, because they were, and I know they were there by themselves. There was nobody outside, and it was just very strange, because when it hit, it was just like everybody was in the house to just jump. There was actually a few people there. Anyway, but yeah, it was crazy. We never figured out that they went around the outside. We never figured out what made those loud slams.
Well, my friend Eileen just arrived. I won't put her on camera in case she's shy, but Eileen, with the Washoe Club, my friend Crow was just talking here that there was a group in there that there was bang, bang, like lots of banging on the third floor. What are your thoughts? Because Eileen lives in Virginia City. She's lived here all of your life, basically.
I don't know what floor it was.
Huh? What was
I don't know what floor. I don't know what floor it was.
There's only 3 floors in the Washoe, isn't there? I think 3.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think 3.
Yeah, 3 floors. But I don't know. What do you reckon could bang up there? Anything, really.
Yeah.
No, Mackay. I'm sorry, Mackay.
The Mackay? Oh, the only thing that could. Oh, yeah. No, the only thing that could. Look, I know someone got evidence once, which was a banging, and I know that to have been. There's a flower pot on the third floor of the Mackay, like the top level of the Mackay. There used to be a balcony. It's not there. I mean, you can still walk out, but there used to be a proper balcony there. It's not there anymore. But there's a hanging pot, and when it's windy, the hanging pot hits the side of the house. I've got a feeling, because I did watch someone's episode, and that noise was spoken about, but that's actually what it was.
How big is that pot?
Oh, pretty big.
Okay, because okay. But whatever it was like really loud. But also, the team that caught what they call the pizza ghost. Even though that team, it was they caught on.
Yeah, even though that team was a bit fishy, that was interesting, and that's the room.
Yes.
So if anyone sees a pizza ghost, let me know. I don't have pizza, but I have turkey. We could call it the turkey ghost. There was another team came here. Oh gosh, that was a while ago. Maybe near 2 years ago they were here, and they were sitting down eating pizza, doing what I'm doing now. And across the screen, you saw a white, misty sort of go like that right across the screen. And one of them went, "What?" He didn't see it, but he felt something odd. And then everyone said, so they deemed it the pizza ghost, because they were eating pizza.
Traditionally, you have to eat pizza here.
Yes, traditionally, pizza. So let me see. When you do the washo, leave a tobacco offering for the spirits, thanking them for having you and allowing you to investigate. Oh, I don't know about that. That's a bit, no, thanks. That means I have to go and buy tobacco. No, I'll just be really kind to them. And hopefully the dog won't do poo-poos or wee-wees. But there you go. Oh, shut up. I've got everything. I don't know. I don't like the word offerings in a haunted home. Do you? It sounds a bit spooky. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Joe. What's Joe saying? I've been here, guys. I'm getting messages, and my antivirus thing keeps, and I have to leave and come back. Oh, messages from the messages from the spirits, or just messages on your phone, Joe? Oh gosh. Yeah. So tonight, as I say, Eileen's going to be here. You can see Eileen now. Can you see Eileen? That's Eileen. Eileen works at the roasting house. And as I said before, if you're ever in Virginia City, that's where you've got to come for coffee. It's the best coffee in town. It's not bitter. And that's where we got talking about scones before, because I like the scones and the cupcakes and Robert is the cook there. It's a family thing, really, isn't it, Eileen? Yeah. Hey, educated investigator. So my plan tonight is I'll walk Eileen around and show her what's happening here. Let her look at the house, and we'll talk while we do it. And I'll just say, "G'day, hi, it's me, Karen," and whatever. So I'm just sort of going to treat it like I'm staying here the night, as in living in the house. Then go up to the other levels and do the same sort of thing. Leave the voice recorder. I've got the recorder. I've got the motion detector. I've got my teddy bear. I've got an EMF thing. I've got the we can do an EMF.
Dowsing rods.
Oh, you brought your dowsing rods?
My mom did, yes.
Oh, terrific. So we've got dowsing rods, so we'll do that. So we'll see what we get, guys. We'll see what we get.
Can I ask what her
dowsing rods? Ooh.
Are they brass? Are her dowsing rods brass, or do you know?
Brass, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Brass with crystals on the end. Look at that.
Ooh.
Ooh, chwanky. So we'll do a fair bit here tonight, and then see if anything wakes us up and all that sort of thing, or scares us or jumps out at us, or I don't think anything's going to jump up and scare us at all, but we'll see. You don't know. I might eat my words. After all, I did get that singing thing at Waverley, and I didn't think I got anything. So it all depends.
I've seen a bunch of. I really like Mackay Mansion, and they've called it. There's been some good sketches there, and so I'm curious if you know. So definitely record whatever you can.
Well, if I hear the bangs, I promise you I will look out the window and double check. It's the I don't know where they were when they were hearing it, but the pot plant thingy that hangs outside. If you're in the hallway upstairs where the kids' bedrooms are, and you go towards the end of the hallway, heading past the kids' bedrooms up to the bathroom where the gold toilet is, or whatever it is, gold leaf toilet, it's that window, that hallway window, that outside of that is the pot plant that bangs against the wall.
Because it's usually when it's windy too, the wind comes from this direction. Anything on that side, the wind won't really affect.
All right, let me see.
Too.
Oh, that's just something to point out. So hang on, if we go, wait a minute, I've got to orientate myself. So we're going to go out there, up the stairs, that end.
Okay, yeah.
It's that end.
If it's windy, it'll definitely move.
Yeah, it's that end. So has anyone seen a turkey ghost yet? That's what I'm going to call it. Joe got hit on by a spirit there, I remember correctly. Well, Joe got hit on a spirit from where? The Washoe or the Mackay?
He wished.
I think he's full of it. So that's my plan. And I know this isn't going to be a long live stream, but that's just because, as you know, I can't afford to pay for, a couple of $100 for Wi-Fi. I don't know if they charge me $10. I don't know. How much time would I get for 1,000 gigabytes, Crow? That's what I get, $10 every time I use 1,000.
1,000 gigabytes?
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, I know it's not much, but that's all right. I'm just having a look. Oh, yeah, Mike-O, if you're there, I made mugs for you, so you go and have a look at them. I made a mug. I showed you, didn't I, Crow? I can't remember. I made
I don't think
mugs.
you have.
I made one with Bigfoot on it.
Oh yeah, I did.
Me and
That was awesome. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
I
great.
made one with, Bigfoot. A spirit asked me to call her. Where are you? I'm at the master bedroom here. I'm at the Mackay Mansion. All right. Well, obviously, we'll see what happens. But look, you know me. I'm just being skeptical, and we'll see what happens. But I'm looking forward to it because this is a nice, comfy house. Nothing scary.
Feels good.
It feels good in here.
It does.
So hopefully, if there's anything here, it's just a happy ghost.
Yes.
Yes, I think so. But we'll have some fun. All right. Better check the time. Oh, I've been talking for almost a half hour. So I probably do sound tired. So hey, everybody that's in watching and listening, just let me know if there's anything at all. So I've been told to leave offerings and ask different things, but anything in particular that you would like to know about the Mackay that I haven't maybe told you. As I say, I've been talking to Nona, so what do you
Can I
reckon?
ask her? Can I ask her since she's there? What's like the craziest thing she's heard as far as like ghost story wise? Like anything like crazy's been seen or that she knows of?
I'll ask you.
Yeah.
We can ask her mum. Her mum's sitting over on the chair.
Yeah.
Come on, Mum. What's Mum's name?
Lola.
Lola. Oh, Lola. We'll ask Lola. Lola can tell us her story. Yeah, I'll move my bum over and you can.
I wouldn't say a whole bunch of something crazy, but it's very normal to hear things and things be moved and thrown, kind of tossed off of shelves and.
Well, is that in the roasting house?
Yeah, actually, a couple of months ago we had, and it was daylight. No one else was in there except for me and another coworker, and a bucket or a tub of supplies that just was thrown, like pushed out from because it was tucked in the shelf completely. But I heard the bucket fall on the floor. I turned around because it was right behind me. My coworker was looking that direction. She saw it just fall out, and everything just fell out on the floor. And it had to have been pushed. There's no way it was. No, and
there's no rats in the roasting house, people. Okay, no. So it wasn't a rat. That's usually my go-to. Oh, I bet it was a rat, but it wasn't.
And even a loaf of bread was thrown off of a top shelf when I was there around 10 or 11 o'clock at night. It was just before Christmas. I was doing some Christmas decorating on the windows, and it was just me. It was dark. I only had one little light on in there, and. Yeah, that happened there at the roasting house. We've had cups of coffee be thrown across. It was actually on a video.
Yeah.
Whoa.
A number of years ago. And,
do you still have that video?
I don't personally. It's the original owner of the roasting house. Mandy might.
Oh.
Wow.
And you can see no one was touching the coffee.
I'll see if Mandy can get it. And Robert, Mandy owns the roasting house. Her son Robert, a delightful young man. He was making coffee for this thing that I was at on the weekend down below. So the basement, really, it's only 2 levels, the roasting house. And he said that he slept there at night before and heard loud thumps in the roof. And I said to him, my usual go-to, "You sure it wasn't a raccoon, Robert?" And he goes, "No." He said, "I'm pretty sure." He said it was really loud thumps to the point where the roof vibrated. And he also said that he went home to his mum and said he had an itchy back. And there was scratches.
I saw the scratches on his back.
Were they scratches? So he didn't fall into a bush?
It was designated in one spot, and it actually looked like, it was crazy.
But I did say to him, because he sleeps there when he's had a few too many in town, and I said, "Are you sure you just didn't kind of fall over in a bush and you just didn't realise you scratched yourself?" He just laughed. But Lola's got a story to tell, so let's hear what it is. Go, Lola.
Well, the paranormal for me, I don't call it paranormal. I call it normal because all my life I have always seen. I think I was born without the veil. Anyway, I've been up here for about over 40 years now, living here. And when I first moved up here, I was in Reno for a little while. But when I moved up here, I moved to Gold Hill, which is just another maybe
About 10 minutes out of town.
about 10 minutes out of town going down, going towards Carson. Gold Hill is the next one. And I was living there, and I've always lived by myself unless my grandkids or my daughter's over. And one evening, I always have like a night light when I'm watching TV. I don't like the bright light. And I was just sitting there when all of a sudden a woman appeared in the corner. She was a young woman. It was very, very fast. And I even questioned myself, did I really see that? But in my mind's eye, I could still see her. And she was a young woman, very humble. She had black hair, curly hair. It might have been longer, but it more like shoulder length. Her face was translucent. I could see through her face. And she was wearing like either a shawl or a dark blanket over her shoulders. Very humble young lady, maybe I would say the way I felt was maybe in her 20s. And she was wearing a long, don't know if it was a skirt or a dress, but it was kind of dingy. So she seemed like a hardworking woman. And she was there and she was gone. I called her back, but she never came back. Now, next to where I used to park my car in that same apartment, there was a grave there. Oh. And the boys, Eileen's boys, pointed out to me because I didn't even pay attention. I was driving my car, and it's right there where the headlights would hit. And there was a grave. And I put rocks on top, and then I put a little flower. So before I moved out, I offered her a crystal. I think it was her, a crystal, and I said goodbye to her, that I was moving into Virginia City, which was just up the road from there. But that's the only thing I have seen, but in this area. But I have many times a lot of orbs and sounds and just a lot of things that you don't expect to hear, because it's so quiet here. I mean, it is extremely quiet and dark here at night.
No, it is really dark here at night.
He has a story about when at our house.
Oh.
It's not a really old house, but it was built in 1900.
Yeah.
And your kitchen.
What happened in the kitchen?
It's
all right. It's story time with Eileen's family. Okay, come in so you can get on the camera and people can see you. All right, tell me a story in the kitchen.
So
you ready, guys?
Yep.
So we were cleaning out our bedroom, and my brothers were in the bedroom, and we have like a little kitchen, and there's little stoves. There's two stoves, and they turn on with batteries, and there was no batteries in there, and it just started. Both of them turned on, and we thought it was just our cat because one of our cats passed away, and then we have like this little egg chair, and my brother Corbin, he was trying to stop it, and there was a force with it. And he could not stop it. It just kept spinning in circles slowly and slowly and slowly. And then it finally stopped after like a couple of minutes later. So.
What about the magnets?
What
Wow.
magnets? Wow. What do you reckon, Crow? And then what happened with the magnets?
So we have this ghost. We call him our magnet ghost.
Magnet ghost.
Like every time we have like TV on or something, we always hear magnets dropping from our fridge. And we think it's like our ice. But we go over there and we're like, okay, there's nothing. And I went to go to the bathroom, and on the corner of my eye, I saw a magnet just drop on the ground, and then another one fell. It was a decent size, and it like shattered in half. And that was really scary.
Well, that's interesting that magnets, electromagnetic forces from spirits could, well, it sounds like you've got a mischievous ghost.
That's even something we thought was our kitty cat, because when we had our cat, it used to play with the magnets also. But yeah, she passed a while ago.
Could be the ghost cat. I reckon animals can be ghosts.
Yeah, of course.
Ghost kitty.
Yeah. Ghost kitty, that's right. I'm glad you said that, Crow.
The piano.
What happened to the
Wow.
piano?
Oh, in fourth ward?
No, well, I was staying there.
Oh, that was that's our cat.
No, it wasn't. The cat felt there was something there because it actually played a little tune.
Oh, a
Yeah.
piano playing a tune while
Was that-
Lola was staying in the house. Yeah. So,
Wow.
but there you go. That was story time with Eileen's family. But yeah, so I'm hoping that I'll have some interesting stuff to tell you on Friday night when I'm at the Washo and see, because I'll tell you guys what happened and I'll put together, because I'll obviously take a little bit of video and whatnot.
I have a question.
But yeah.
So there are ley lines in Virginia City. Do you guys know if they run like right slap dab in the middle of those in your area?
No, Eileen doesn't think they've got ley lines that
Not
cross.
the ones that cross. No, I don't
No.
think here.
No, she doesn't think so. But I have heard that for whatever reason, I do know who told me, but I won't say their name. It's a local, said that there's a connection between San Francisco, Virginia City, and Monterey. Monterey, is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Like a triangle. And
Mhm.
that for whatever reason, those three, Virginia City, Monterey, and San Francisco, are somehow connected. But yeah,
It's
so
kind of funny, makes sense, because after the riches of Virginia City, everybody, most of them moved to San Francisco, and the money here built San Francisco, created San Francisco.
And that is true. Like San Francisco is what it is today because of the money that the men made here. Sutro, Mackay,
Wow.
all of them. So because when it dried up here, they all went to San Francisco. So that's why Sutro sold his mine, made a killing on his mine. He sold it once it was finished. He sold it.
His tunnel, not mine.
Tunnel. Beg your pardon. Thank you, Eileen. Yes, Sutro sold his tunnel that led to the mines. That makes me sound like I know what I'm talking about. But yeah, he sold that. He went to San Francisco. He became the mayor of, or mayor, you say in America, the mayor of San Francisco. What else?
With the Sutro baths.
Oh, thank you, Julie. I finally got a notification that someone did something for me. Thank you so much, Julie. That's paying for some internet. Thank you so much.
Hey, I have a question.
Yeah.
Is there a McDonald's in Virginia City?
No.
No McDonald's.
No.
It's a National Historic Landmark, so we're not allowed to have things like that.
No.
here.
No.
Oh,
fast
dude.
food.
Stays
So how-
historical, but
So how far do you got to drive to go to McDonald's? You get some Mickey D's.
like 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's not
maybe.
very
Okay.
far.
Okay, that's good.
You want to go down to Dayton or
Or Carson.
I did get it, Julie. Did you hear me? Give me a thumbs up. Thank you so much. What was I?
We have nothing
McDonald's.
but it's all geothermal down below. That's all it is, geothermal. And we do have a lot of crystals here.
Oh, tons of crystals.
Tons
yeah.
of crystals,
Ooh.
silver and gold. And so
And that's the other thing too, Lola. I've noticed. You'll tell me what they're called. You know, the big mounds of stuff. It's got a name. It was when they dug.
They're dumps.
Well, they're
And
dumps.
tailings.
Tailings.
names
Thank you.
that they call
Tailings. Yeah, they've got throughout Virginia City. There's things they call tailings, which if you look at them, it's like a mountain that just
them. Like a
it looks
dome of
like
dirt.
yeah, like they've just
Yellowish
dumped
dirt.
yellowish dirt. Almost looks sort of like sand. So that was when they were digging for gold. That's where they would dump the dirt that they dug out. But then they realised they were throwing away silver, so they had to go through all those again to look for the silver. So when you look around Virginia City, they haven't. I don't believe they've got all the silver.
So most
Like,
of the
it's
mining,
huge.
even today, is microscopic.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of microscopic gold, silver.
And there was
all
a
that
saying
great.
that the streets of Virginia City were lined with silver and gold because those tailings that they call tailings still have about 5% gold. And so they would use that whenever we had like a problem with the roads. We have a lot of sinkholes and stuff. And so a lot of that went to the roads.
Yeah,
And
to
so
fill
they
in the
fill in.
sinkholes.
So they would say that the roads were paved with silver and gold.
Mhm.
So
And it was blue mud. blue mud.
Blue
that
mud.
They were tossing aside.
Yeah, that's what they were
didn't
tossing. They
realize.
didn't realize it was blue because it was silver. So there you go.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So Virginia City, I mean, you know how I feel about Virginia City. Everybody probably knows. I just love it here. And I wish I could just snap my fingers, go home, check on the girls, snap my fingers, come back. But the history here, and that's why I guess everybody knows why I do what I do, because I listen to the stories and I think, okay, well, that could be true. And I do know why. I kind of understand why some people might tell fibs because they want people to come to their location. But there's really no need to tell lies. This place is just, no matter where you go, really, it just reeks history and energy, and it's a really great place. If you all can ever get a chance to come here, come here. And if you do, make sure you have coffee at the roasting house. Eileen will make it for you. Oh, Lola just said that she believes that there's some portals that open here at night. Where do they open? I'm not going to fall in one. I'm not.
No, I understood. We have a friend here. His name is Mikey, Many Feathers. He's Toltec and Choctaw.
Oh,
and he's lived here for many, many years. And there's another lady here who works at the Stone Age, where they sell crystals and whatnot. And she's very, very gifted. She's very gifted. And Mikey told me once that there is a portal that opens between where you did your reenactment. Beneath the Bonanza.
Oh, the Bonanza.
Between the Bonanza to the Bucket of Blood. This portal opens every night between 12 and maybe 3:30 at night.
No, I'm in the wrong place.
This is what I've understood, and I believe Mike. He's very intuitive, so everything he tells me.
Well, I'll check that out, guys, because I'll ask Mandy if I can go. Because Bucket of Blood, Roasting House is right in the middle then, isn't it, basically?
Not in the middle. It's next to the Bonanza.
Oh, well, there you go.
Roasting House,
Roasting
Bonanza,
House.
Bucket of Blood.
Yeah. There you go. Well, I'll see if Mandy will let me go in the basement. I can always tell Robert next time he has a few too many, let me know, and I'll come and protect him from the banging roof and see if I catch anything. But yeah, so there's still a lot I want to do here over the next 2 weeks. I mean, I decided on I've decided to do here for you guys because you know it, and the Washoe Club. But I want to go to a few different places and just the history and the stories and get a feel for it myself and let you guys, because I think if any of you do investigate and you go along to these places and take, the stories that you get told that really aren't true, it's better to come to these places and know the truth and know who did live here and who really did die here. And then you might get some real answers, So I'm definitely going to check out the portal. If that's the time, I could even just go for a walk, take one of the ponies late at night and just go. But you got to be careful here. There was a coyote in town the other night. And despite the fact I said I'd feed it some turkey, I was laughed at.
and
big mountain lions.
Yeah,
and
big
bears.
mountain lions.
And bear.
Oh,
yes.
I did see a picture of a mountain lion here, guys, on the local page. Maybe a month or so ago. The mountain lion was in the main street. So there you go. You know how much I love critters. I promise I'll be careful. So, guys, I'm just having a look. Hey, Maisie Rose, Catherine, maybe our family meetup should be at the Roasting House. Yes, you should all come to Virginia City. All right. I've even got some ideas, but I'll work on that. But I need to come back here, and because I feel like I'm home when I'm here. I can't quite explain why, but I really do. Maybe I was a rich mining magnate back in the day.
And you've already been in the Mackay Mansion.
Yeah, and I've already been in the Mackay Mansion. That's right.
There's an old saying here, that you don't pick Virginia City. Virginia City picks you.
Yeah. So maybe it's picked me. Hey, Crow.
Yeah.
Any other questions, Crow? Well, we've got some locals.
When he was saying that something was spinning round and round, what part was spinning in the kitchen? I missed that part.
Oh, it was a toy. It was a toy that was spinning.
Oh,
There's a little like egg chair thing that you can sit in for like reading or something, and
ooh,
it starts spinning on its own without nobody touching it.
wow, that's interesting.
It is interesting. And I believe
Wow.
these kids, I've met them all. They don't tell fibs. They're beautiful children. Look at him. He's quite handsome. He could be a movie star one day. That's what I reckon. But there you go, guys. So I probably should chuff off because I've got to get
Chuff?
this all sort of start. Chuff off, you know.
Chuff off. Okay.
Chuff, like choo choo chuff.
Oh,
like a
okay.
train. You know,
Okay,
chuff,
gotcha.
chuff. It's an Australian
It's cute. I
saying.
love it.
Yeah. Oh, educated investigator. Watch my when you get time. Watch my video on the Silver Queen, because I'm always trying to tell the people the truth about the Silver Queen. Do you want me to tell it to you quickly now before I go? That'll make everyone happy because this will be like the third time I've tried to say goodbye. The Silver Queen. All right. No rose in the bathtub. Never happened. Okay, guys? There is no room 11 prostitute death. You don't know what that is because he's innocent. But a man called John, I believe it was John. Look at my episode. I'll tell you what his name was. He did die in the rooms on the top level because he got the room for the night. It's a twin room, like an adjoining room, the suite. He took the suite for the night. He was having it for 2 nights, but he didn't check out. The owner, the guy who was running the hotel at the time, and it wasn't called the Silver Queen until the 50s, but the guy who was running the hotel at the time sent his worker up there to see what was going on because he thought the man had run out on his bill, but unfortunately they found him deceased in the room. So that's a definite death in those rooms. The reason there was no rose is because there were never any bathrooms in the when it became the Silver Queen in the 90s. The bathtubs, the bathrooms, etc. That's when they were installed. What else? And there was a murder. Oh wow. Oh, there was a death. We'll say it's a death. If you watch my episode, I'll tell you all about it. But a lovely lady called Jerry, who was married and her husband wanted a divorce. She wouldn't give him one because she was Catholic and a very strong practicing Catholic. But unfortunately, she met her demise via a gunshot wound to the chest and stomach area. And it was deemed as self-inflicted that she took her own life. So you watch my episode, you make up your own mind about that. But so far as any other deaths, there could have been, but definitely no rose. So don't get pulled into that trap. Okay? That's it. End of lesson. But there you go. I've got lots more stories like that. Trust me. Suzanne. Oh yeah, Suzanne was at the. Suzanne, see, this is what happens. I say I'm going to go, and then something happens. Suzanne stayed in the room that I'm talking about, the suite, and I did tell Suzanne about that story. And she said that she felt someone sit down next to her on the bed while she was there. So it's interesting. And there has been stories of different things from up that end of the hotel. So if you ever go to the Silver Queen, watch my episode. I think his name was John. I could be wrong, but I put his proper name in and everything and where he's buried and where he was from. But if you ever go to Silver Queen, book those rooms, and right next to those rooms on the other wall in the Silver Queen apartments, that is, I'm getting told I'm using all of my data, the apartment where the lady Jerry met her end is the B Street end of the Silver Queen apartments. You can't get access to those because the owner lives in them. But you know, it's right next door, and to be quite honest, if anybody was going to walk the halls of the Silver Queen because she was heartbroken, it'd be Jerry. I mean, really, when you think about it. But see how you go. What happened to Crow? Oh God, Crow! What happened to you, Crow? I didn't even know you were gone. I'm talking too much. Jeez.
Yeah.
I
hit
love
a
you,
wrong
Crow.
button. I hit a
That's
wrong
all
button,
right.
I think.
Yeah, he was just hanging out in the basement, Tanya. So I miss you all. I miss having my big long talks. You should see me, girls. When I'm on my thing, we talk for hours. I just talk backwards, hours. I'm a big talker, but I will. So I will go live from the Wash Show on Friday night, and I'll probably go live from the museum part downstairs because I think that's the only place that's got power. But if there's a power cord upstairs, I'll plug in up there so you can see a little bit of the Washoe Club upstairs if you have to. Otherwise, I'll aim it towards the crypt for you, okay? But yeah, so that's it. Yeah, Catherine's keeping count on how many times it's taking me to say goodbye. Thank you, Catherine. All right, guys, I'm going to say goodbye. I'm going to end it. And Crow, thank you so much for popping in because I know
Oh,
you're
no
not
problem.
well. So everybody send Crow some hugs because it was really kind of him to pop in because he's not well. He needs to
I'll
get
take
some
some
rest.
McDonald's too.
We'll get right on that.
Well, yeah, no worries. Well, no worries, Crow. Okay, guys, I'll see you on Friday, okay? And if you think of anything you want to ask me on Friday, okay? Yeah, or email me or whatever. So I'm on it. Oh, and I'm going to Gold Hill Hotel tomorrow night as well, but not for a sleepover. Just I'm going there. So I'll let you know what I find out about the Gold Hill Hotel as well. Okay, love you all. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.